What is up, guys? Torrey Drake, Denver Realtor, and welcome to July 2022 Denver Housing Market Update. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My market updates, I like to keep things really simple and simplify things. It's really easy to get really numbery and technical, and we're talking real estate. I like to keep it really actionable for you guys so you know exactly what the heck is going on and what it means for you. My market updates have 4 sections. Number 1, the numbers. We review what's changed. That's the most numbery part of it. Then number 2, what the heck is actually happening? I break down what those numbers mean for you as a buyer or seller and what's going on in the market. And then I finish off with 3 tips for buyers and 3 tips for sellers. Let's go ahead and jump into it. These are the numbers as far as what's changed. The biggest one that we're gonna unpack in a couple seconds is the active inventory went up to 6,057, which is an increase of 65%, which sounds staggering, but we're gonna put that into perspective in a moment and what that actually means. The amount of homes that we closed and sold went to 5,090. Our closed price went up 0.73%, which for once we're actually seeing a healthy number of appreciation as opposed to like 1, 2, or 3% appreciation in 1 month, or God forbid more. We're seeing less than 1%, which is awesome. The days in the MLS, meaning how long it takes a home to sell, went up to 10, so it's taking longer for homes to sell. So what the heck do these numbers actually mean? Let's simplify it. The market's slowing down, but let me expand on that a little bit because people are just throwing that phrase out there and it's causing a lot of misunderstanding. So what's happening right now is like 3 things causing the market to slow down. Number 1, the biggest one, interest rates are rising. That's causing a slowdown. Number 2, here in Denver, in summer, seasonally, the market slows down during summer because a lot of buyers exit the market to go live their lives and enjoy summer, whatever that means to them. Colorado is a popular place to have fun during the summertime, so people are out there enjoying their lives. And number 3, buyer fatigue is setting in. A lot of buyers who just couldn't get under contract the beginning part of the year because of how competitive it was are just saying, forget it, now interest rates are higher, I'm so sick of these bidding wars, I'm just not gonna deal with it. So those 3 things are causing a bigger slowdown than normal. However, just saying the market's slowing down is causing people to think, oh no, is a crash coming? So I want to throw up a couple things real quick, because when talking about a slowdown, it's important to say, compared to what? Compared to when? And given the fact that 2018 and 2019, and by the way, the point of these numbers I'm gonna show you right now is to help you not freak out and think the housing market's gonna burn down, because it's most definitely not. So, I'm gonna pull up this chart and once again simplify it. This is comparing where we're at today with where we were at in 2018 and 19. So right now I'm gonna pull up the amount of active listings we have for sale, 6,000. Huge increase, right? Well, sort of. If we go back to 2019 to 2018, which you can see on the far right, we're still about 1,000 to 3,000 properties below where we were in 18 and 19, and we weren't worried about a market crash then. It was just a normal housing market. Next up, if we go to the amount of homes that we closed in the past year, has been 27,000 from June of this year to June of last year. In June of 2019, we sold 28,000. In June of 2018, we also sold 28,000. So we're basically right on par with where we were in 2018 and 19. So we're not seeing a housing crash or correction. We just are normally here in 2021 and 22. We shot up to here, and now we're on our way back to what is a pretty normal market for Denver. So overall, yes, things are slowing down, but when you put it into comparison to where we were in 2018 and 19, we're creeping back to those times and during those times, we weren't worried about a market crash. So we still don't need to be worried now. If you are worried about one, I have a whole bunch of videos covering that topic, but I'll save that for those other videos. Let's bring this into 3 things to know for buyers. I got these written down right here. Number 1, yes, interest rates are rising, but if you are renting, you should not wait to buy a property because you can always refinance when interest rates come back down. If you're renting, you gotta get in the game of owning a home. If you are thinking of selling your home, that's it, to buy another one, that's a different conversation of if you should do that. But overall, buyers who are on the fence who are renting, you have no reason to be on the fence. Get in the game of home ownership, start building some equity, get in that game, and then refinance once interest rates come down, because even around the 5 to 6% we're in right now is low compared to where we've been historically. Number 2, don't come in super hot on offers. I see a lot of buyers right now being the first offer in, like 50 grand over asking, waiving inspections. A lot of times you do not need to do that. Which brings me to point number 3, despite point number 2 saying don't come in super hot, which you shouldn't do. Point number 3 is that be ready to compete because the Denver housing market is still really unbalanced. Before, in February, during the hottest time the housing market has ever seen in Denver, we had 800 homes on the market and 30,000 showings in 1 week. 800 homes, 30,000 showings at the peak of the market. Right now, we're floating around 5,000 to 6,000 homes in the market and 9,000 to 15,000 showings. So there's still a gap in supply and demand. So you might get into a bidding war. It just depends on the type of home you're looking for and in the area you're looking in. But still, do your homework before submitting an offer before you come in super hot. Okay, 3 things to know for sellers. Number 1 is pricing is so important right now. It's really tough to price a home because a few months ago, if you're using comps and comparable homes to figure out how to price yours, you're likely going to be using comps that sold in the peak of the market, and we're not in the peak of the market anymore. It doesn't mean you're gonna sell below your value. It just means that you probably won't get the same price that you would have a couple months ago. And that's okay, that's why homes have price ranges. So just be very aware of pricing. It's more important than ever to bring your home to the market with a strategic strategy behind your pricing. To know number 2 for sellers is don't freak out if you don't have a million showings in a line out the door your first weekend on the market, or if you don't have an offer after your first weekend. Even great and well-prepared homes are taking a weekend or 2 sometimes to sell. Once again, it depends on your area, depends on your type of home. But I see a lot of sellers doing a price cut after the first weekend. It's like, you don't need to do that. Just give it a couple weeks. Once again, those sellers may be on a time crunch. I don't know. But overall, be more patient. The market is slowing down a little bit. Buyers have more options, so they may not see your home the first weekend it hit the market. They may see it the second weekend. Overall, give yourself time. Last but not least, number 3 is be ready to negotiate. A few months ago, in February, you could have asked the buyers to waive inspection, waive appraisal, and give you cash and give you their firstborn child, and they probably would have said yes. Nowadays, once again, it's still unbalanced, but buyers have more options. Once again, this depends on the area you're in, the type of house you're selling, but overall, being prepared to negotiate, being prepared to let the buyer have an inspection and negotiate a little bit is really crucial right now because once again, buyers have more options. Is it unbalanced, still favoring sellers? For sure. But nonetheless, buyers still have options. So you got to be ready to negotiate more than you would have a few months ago. And that is July's market update, guys. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram. I'm super active on those platforms. I do a lot of posting on there. I think pretty fun and cool content, if I do say so myself. Once again, guys, Torrey Drake, Denver Realtor. Please consider subscribing to the channel if you dug it, because that would just mean a lot to me. Let's be honest, making these videos is a lot of work. I love it though. I really enjoy doing videos. So if you could subscribe if you dug the content, that would be doing your boy a huge solid. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day. I'll see you on the next one.